Today we are talking about Super Ace Speed by Geely Games, and specifically how it actually works under the hood, because this is a slot that looks simple on the surface, but has a mechanic most players never fully understand. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how the multiplier reel functions, how the wild system is structured, what the Joker hat feature is really doing, and what it is not doing, and how to approach the game in a way that gives you the best chance of hitting the payouts it is capable of. Let us start with the layout, because Super Ace Speed is deliberately different from Geely's original Super Ace and its other variants. Where the original Super Ace runs on a 5x4 grid with 1,024 ways to win and a cascading reel system, Super Ace Speed strips all of that down to a compact 3x3 grid with 5 fixed pay lines, 3 reels, 3 rows, 5 pay lines that cannot be changed. At first, this looks like a simpler, less ambitious game. It is not. The reason Geely compressed the grid is because the entire design is built around speed of resolution and a fourth mechanical element that sits alongside the standard grid, and understanding that fourth element is the whole game. That fourth element is the special reel, and it is positioned to the right of the main 3x3 grid. While your 3 standard reels are spinning with symbols, this separate reel is spinning independently alongside them, and it contains nothing but multipliers. When the reels stop, whatever multiplier lands in the center row of the special reel is applied instantly to every valid winning combination you have on the main grid. The multiplier tiers are 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, 10 times, and 15 times. That means a standard line win on the main grid can be worth 15 times its face value on any given spin if the special reel lands its maximum. This is not a bonus round feature. This multiplier reel fires on every single spin of the base game, every single time, without exception. It is the defining mechanical core of the game, and the reason the payout distribution feels completely different from a standard 5-reel slot. What this means practically is that your attention during the spin should be split between the main grid and the special reel simultaneously. A small win on the main grid, combined with a 10 times or 15 times on the special reel, can produce a payout that a standard slot would require a significant bonus trigger to match. Conversely, landing a decent combination on the main grid with a 1 times multiplier means you receive the base value with no amplification at all. The variance in any given session comes significantly from which multiplier tier the special reel is landing on, and the distribution across those 6 tiers is what creates the rhythm of the game. Lower multipliers, the 1 times and 2 times, land more frequently. Now, let us talk about the wild system, because Super Ace Speed runs a dual-tier structure that operates differently from a standard single wild. There are 2 distinct wild symbols in this game. The first is called the mini wild. It functions as a standard substitute for all regular pay table symbols except the mega wild, completing line wins wherever it lands. The second is the mega wild, which is the premium tier. The Mega Wild substitutes for every symbol on the board with no exceptions, enabling it to complete the highest paying combinations regardless of what else is on the grid. These 2 wilds are not interchangeable, and understanding which one has landed matters for reading how strong a spin outcome is. The Mini Wild has a secondary function that connects to the 3rd major mechanic of the game. Every time a Mini Wild lands on the main reels during the base game, it is visually collected upward into the Joker hat, which sits permanently above the main grid. This collection process is the aesthetic tracking system for the X Wild feature. Here is the single most important technical point about how the Joker hat actually works, because most players misread it entirely. The accumulation of cards inside the Joker hat is a visual animation only. It does not mathematically change the probability that the X Wild feature will trigger on any given spin. The trigger probability is independently determined by the game engine on each spin. The hat is not a meter you fill up. What the X Wild feature actually does when it fires is this. The Joker hat executes a detonation that throws between 1 and 8 Mega Wild symbols directly onto the main 3x3 grid at random positions. Because Mega Wilds substitute for every symbol, including the highest payable icons, landing multiple Mega Wilds on a compact 3x3 grid During the same spin that the special reel is carrying, a high multiplier creates the conditions for the game's largest payouts. The maximum win in Super Ace Speed is set at 375 times your bet. This is a moderate ceiling compared to high volatility titles from providers like No Limit City or Hacksaw Gaming, but it is consistent with Jilly's design philosophy for the speed format: frequent, fast outcomes with regular engagement rather than extreme variance hunting. The 375 times maximum is worth understanding in context. If you are playing at a bet level of 10 units per spin, the maximum single spin return is 3,750 units. The path to that outcome is landing a strong combination on the main grid, having multiple mega wilds from an X wild detonation, filling in the highest payable connections, and the special reel showing a 15 times multiplier simultaneously. All three elements need to align in the same moment. This happens rarely. What happens regularly is a combination of 2 out of 3. A decent grid result with a strong multiplier, or an X wild firing with a low multiplier, or a solid natural combination with mid-range multiplier amplification. Those mid-level outcomes are where your session bankroll is maintained or built across volume. In terms of session approach, Super Ace Speed is engineered for high spin frequency. The compact 3x3 grid resolves instantly. There are no cascading sequences to wait through, and the absence of a free spins bonus round means there is no waiting for a triggered feature to play out at length. Every spin completes in full within a couple of seconds. This makes the game well suited to players who want high spin volume within a session and prefer a tight feedback loop over extended feature rounds. The trade-off is that there is no free spins mode where multipliers accumulate across multiple triggers. Each spin is fully independent. A strong spin is a strong spin. A weak spin is a weak spin. Because of this structure, bankroll management in Super Ace Speed is straightforward. Your bet size should be set at a level you are comfortable spinning at high volume, because the game is designed to be played at pace. Setting a session budget before you start and treating each spin as an individual outcome rather than part of an escalating sequence is the correct framing for this format. The Joker hat filling up and looking ready to trigger means nothing mathematically. Do not increase bet size in anticipation of a feature that the visual is suggesting is imminent, because the visual is not connected to the trigger calculation. If you have played the original Super Ace and are comparing the two formats, here is how they actually differ in practice. The original Super Ace uses a larger grid, more pay lines, a cascading engine where winning symbols drop and new ones fall in from above, and progressive multipliers that build across consecutive cascade wins up to 10 times during free spins. The original has a higher hit frequency due to its medium volatility positioning and 1,024 ways. Super Ace Speed is the opposite philosophy. A stripped back grid, no cascades, no free spins, immediate resolution on every spin, with the multiplier engine and X Wild system doing the work that the cascade multipliers do in the original. Neither version is objectively better. They suit different playing preferences. The full Super Ace series from Jilly now includes 5 variants with different volatility profiles and max win ceilings. The original Super Ace sits at a 1,500 times max with medium volatility. Super Ace Deluxe pushes to 10,000 times for jackpot hunters. Super Ace Joker adds the golden reel mechanic for constant wild chains. Super Ace 2 is the modernized sequel with a tighter hit rate. And Super Ace Speed is the compact, fast format version with its dedicated multiplier reel and 375 times ceiling. Understanding where each one sits in the volatility range helps you choose the right version for your session goals and bankroll size on any given day. To summarize what you need to know about Super Ace Speed, the game runs on a 3x3 grid with 5 fixed pay lines and a separate special reel that applies a multiplier of 1 times to 15 times to all wins on every spin. The dual wild system uses mini wilds as standard substitutes and mega wilds as full board premium substitutes. Mini wilds feed the Joker hat visually, but the X Wild trigger is independently calculated and the hat animation does not predict or influence when it fires. When the X Wild does fire, 1 to 8 mega wilds land on the grid, and if that coincides with a high special reel multiplier, you are in the territory of the game's maximum 375 times payout. The format is built for speed and volume, suits players who prefer fast independent spins over extended feature rounds, and has a more moderate volatility profile than the extreme ends of the Super Ace series. If you found this useful, subscribe and hit the bell. We post explainers like this every week. Drop a comment below telling us which version of Super Ace you play the most, and whether you prefer the speed format or the original. And if you want to learn more about how Jilly's fishing games work and how to get the most out of a session on those, that video is right here.